Simsters. Who is ready for Friday night? The final the final day of year 51. It's going well already, kids. Allie's ready. John's ready. Brian's ready. Tamara's ready. We are good to go. So, as you may recall, last night on the broadcast, I started out by giving a 10-minute wine fest. Tonight will be no different, except for the wine fest will be a lot shorter. Let's just say it goes like this. Once upon a time, I left the hospital to go feed the horses today. I feed my own horse, and most days of the week I feed my friends 3 horses. And one of hers is like 17-1, kind of fat. He's stall bound and is super food aggressive. So he's on like month 6 of being stall bound. And he's in a 12 by 12 stall. And he basically wants out because why wouldn't you want out? And getting his food's like the only exciting thing that happens to him all day. So he's pretty food aggressive. He'll charge you. He'll pin his ears. He'll try and kick you. He's not a happy animal. Not thrilled. Not a big fan. But today when I went in there, he lowered his head, pinned his ears, came straight at me, and I had time to yell and like wave kind of, and he hit me in the chest, and I went whee, and I hit the stall wall, bam, with my head. And then I was real dizzy for a while after that. So then I had the really good idea to try and take a nap. Because after you hit your head really hard, taking a nap is always a good idea. Because, you know, that's what they tell you to do. So we're here. We don't have children tonight. Yay! The children have been abducted by some school thing where they're going to let them eat pizza and send them back to me tired. Hooray! I'm pretty excited about that. And we have 14 races on tap. And I did about 5 minutes ago click through them really quickly to see what goes down tonight. Let's just say it's your typical Steward's Cup. There's a whole lot of impressive, amazing performances and a whole lot of I've literally never heard of that horse in my life because it's the Steward's Cup and that's how it rolls. You know what, John? Thank you for the idea of the microwave rice bag. I actually really wanted to do that. I have one in my room, but I didn't get it in time before I sat down to do this. So probably in a break between some races, that's going to happen. Okay, first up today of the 14 races, we have the 5 furlong Stewards Cup Turf Sprint. This is a $2 million contest. We have 10 runners, and getting right to them, number 1 is Little Fictions. Little Fictions is a black colt by Reckoner out of a Reach for the Moon mare. He cost $1.7 million, and he has made back $1.7 million for Cindy Saunders. This guy is riding a 4-race win streak, including the Grade 1 Patienville. Last year he was 5th in this race, but he's always been a good Grade 1 performer. Definitely one of your big favorites in here today. Only thing he has to overcome is the rail draw on the short trip. Number 2 is As Loki Ascends. Doug Como owns this one, a $1.4 million purchase, who's earned back 1.1. This guy, 2 back, won the Grade 1 Prix de la Goldakova. He was second last out behind Bullet Time, who I think is in this race. No, I lied. That's not this race. Bullet Time is not here. That was a Grade 1. He lost by a length. As Loki Ascends, always a hard-knocking guy, 13 for 27 lifetime, and has been on the board in 19 of those starts. Number 3, Rush and Adjust. Allie Hedgestone homebred. This guy's actually riding a 3-race win streak. He is 8 for 14 lifetime and has been on the board 13 of those 14 starts. He's by one of my favorite underrated sires in As the Rush Comes out of an Adjust the Sound mare. This guy is a cool guy. I don't know if he's retiring or not, but there's going to be a lot of that tonight where I'm going to be like, I'd like to breed to this guy. I'd like to breed to this guy. Because, you know, it's the end of the year and we all have all the mares to breed. Next up is the super awesome 3-year-old Red Balloon for Glenn Larson. This guy has been amazing so far in his career, 9 for 12 lifetime with 3 second place efforts. Last out, he was second by a 3/4 of a length in the Chimbo. He was, like, kind of amazing. Last year he ran second week 8, and then he didn't lose again, including winning last year's Stewards Cup until week 10 of this year, so he went a whole year unbeaten. He won the Stewards Cup last year by 6 lengths. That was against 2-year-olds. He's in against older horses today. Number 5 is Terminal City, who is the defending champion in this race. After that race, the owner, Aidan O'Brien, sold him for like $7 million or something ridiculous. He's been a little bit annoying since then. Second in the Pegasus. He did win the Silver Sword, which is good. Second in the Oceanside Dash, and third in the Green Dash. Seems like he maybe lost his step a little bit, but when you run second in the Pegasus and all that jazz, you make back a big chunk of money. 10 for 16 lifetime, 2.7 million earned. Can he defend his title today? Number 6 is probably the best named horse on the card, and that's Boom Shakalaka. Stormy Peak, homebred by Fortification, who won this race for her. Wait for it. Yeah, I remember my history. That was back in year 37. Dude, that horse is dead now. The sim is old. 10 for 31 lifetime. Been on the board 19 times. Here's what's annoying about this guy. He's just not facing the best competition. He's super talented. He's always right there. But he's only just past the $350,000 mark with 31 starts. And he's a 6-year-old. So, Boom Shakalaka, you need to get it going. Number 7, Traveler's Delight, is a Donny Hidalgo homebred. He's an 8-year-old gelding by Exterminate. He has 44 lifetime starts, and he has been on the board 24 plus 9. Someone do the math on that. What, 33? 33 times out of 44 starts. That's awesome. This guy does not have a grade 1 win in the last 2 years to his name, but he is a hard-knocking grade 3 type. Number 8 is your Chimbo hero, and that is Kid Galahad for Ashley Hunt. This homebred is awesome and was a very popular winner that day. This guy is 14 for 23 lifetime. I think he's retiring tonight. Anyone who's like in here that hears me say things like that going, if it's your horse. Feel free to tell me. Sorry, I got distracted looking at the chat room. Never a good idea. Number 9 is a horse that everyone's waiting to breed to, or maybe that's just because Ricky and Joey DiPaolo have been yelling at me all year to breed to him, and that is Rift Storm. He is a $1.8 million purchase who earned back 2.3. He was 5th in the Chimbo last out, but he did win the prep for that race. This guy earlier this year, won the Pegasus. Last year, he did not contest the Stewards Cup, but he did win the Los Campeones. He won the Instant Millions. Like, this guy has always been good, and it would be nice to send him on his way with a win here today. Rounding out the field on the outside post is number 10, Being Stars. This is a 5-year-old son of Being Ridiculous out of a reach for the Moon Mare. Dusty Klatt homebred, 7 for 21 lifetime, been on the board 16 times. Just like Boom Shakalaka, somehow he's made 21 starts and he's only just passed the $350,000 mark. He did win the Grade 3 Green Dash last out over Boom Shakalaka and Terminal City. So he does fit in here. Can he overcome the 10-hole in a short field? That's your field. And we have 1 minute to post. Make sure you get your bets in. Don't forget that the daily double and the pick 6 and all that jazz pays out. Make it happen. It is post time for the Stewards Cup Turf Sprint in New Orleans in the November sunshine. Not to be confused with the January cold that the rest of us are experiencing on normal time. Betting pool closes at $41,200. We have a field of 10 set to go, and I am already losing my voice. They're off in the Stewards Cup Turf Sprint, and it was a good start for all except for Red Balloon, who had to take up after the break. Kid Galahad goes out to lead, then comes Rush and Adjust. Being Stars and As Loki Ascends, Little Fictions, and Boom Shakalaka. Then comes Red Balloon after the bad break, Rift Storm, Terminal City, and Traveler's Delights at the back of the pack. They're whipping around that turn with Kid Galahad leading by a length. The pace is fast with Rush and Adjust. Then comes Being Stars third and As Loki Ascends. Boom Shakalaka and Little Fictions. Red Balloon and Rift Storm. Terminal City, Travelers to Fight. They all have to get moving to catch Kid Galahad. Being Stars up into second. As Loki Ascends. Here comes Rift Storm. Red Balloon not doing enough. Then Little Fictions and Rush and Adjust, who has dropped back. It is Red Balloon now. Being Stars right there. Kid Galahad is done. Rift Storm up in between them. Red Balloon with Being Stars on the outside, Rift Storm in the inside, Kid Galahad. It's going to be very tight in the turf sprint photo finish between Red Balloon and Being Stars. A neck back was Rift Storm third, then came Kid Galahad. The official winner is an upsetter. It is Being Stars, who won by a nose. Being Stars is a 5-year-old chestnut horse by Being Ridiculous, out of Reach for the Stars by Reach for the Moon. This is a homebred for Dusty Klatt, who is now 8 for 22 lifetime. Second by a nose was Red Balloon, Rift Storm, neck back third, then came Kid Galahad and As Loki Ascends. Mostly I was talking about this race. Congrats to Dusty. I just feel like I'm not going to be able to keep talking the whole night. I sound like a frog. Next up we have the Stewards Cup Filly and Mare Dirt Mile. 7 minutes to post. On the rail is Skipping Bale for Mike Bryant. This is a homebred. She's 5 for 15 lifetime. She won 2 in a row. Won a non-reserve 4 and won a listed Louisiana stake, and then lost last out in the Louisiana Champions Distaff. Number 2. Sorry. Fly Me to the Moon. This is a Matt Feldman homebred. This girl last year was 10th in this race after winning several of the preps. This year she's won 4 in a row, so she comes in even a little bit better than the year before that. She's earned $1.4 million, 18 for 24 lifetime. This girl often gives her all. Number 3 is Proctor's Ledge. Steven Saratoga, homebred. He works with the Grade 1 winning filly of the same name in real life, so I had to let it fly. This is a daughter of Touchdown Raiders. She is 12 for 15 lifetime. She hasn't contested Grade 1 company yet, but she sure wins, and last out she defeated Boys in the Frisco Kid. Next up is First Ballot for Nina Olson. This is a 3-year-old daughter of Because I'm Happy out of Meshack, who is one of the great mares of miling history. First Ballot won last out in the Iowan Meadows Oaks. She is 5 for 8 lifetime, never been worse than third, and looks to have a very solid future. Number 5, Little Moonlight. Erica Olson owns this one. She's 6 for 10 lifetime, almost $500,000 earned. Through Little Moonlight, so last out, sorry. She won the Canadian Oaks, which is a Grade 2. She lost 2 before that, but then before that, she had gone 5 for 6. In this race, well, the 2-year-old version of this race last year, she was 6th of, I don't know, where do we see that? 6 of 7. Learning how to read PPs. It's like I haven't been doing this my whole life. Okay, number 6 is Kroll's Bar. Andrew James homebred. This is a daughter of Doctor Who out of a Messiah mare. This mare's weird because she's been on the board in 8 of 15 starts. She's won 5 of them. I'm not really sure why she's here. Andrew James does really, really good with milers, but this horse has not run in a stakes race since week 10 of last year. She ran in a couple non-winners of 3, then a couple non-winners of 4, then she ran a couple non-winners of 5, and I guess now that she's won 5, she got nowhere else to go, so here she is. Number 7 is Umbra Snow. Danny Derby owns this one. Last year, she won the Stewards Cup debutante with a 90. She is back. She's had a super weird, no bueno year. First out, she won her only prep for the Oaks. Then she ran in the Oaks and ran 3. So this is clearly like one of the best fillies of the crop. Then they ran her in the Baltimore Crown, and I say they because she was transferred to a partnership and then was, I forget how they got away with that. Anyway, we close the loop later. I digress. She ran really bad that day. She did come back to win the egg drop, which is a grade 2. Then she routed and didn't do well, even though she's usually pretty good at that. And then she dropped back to a mile and she won again. So I would say at a mile, she's pretty perfect and almost unbeatable. So obviously she should be on your tickets. I would also say that I have an enormous bug bite on my inner thigh that is really, really itchy and also brand new. If there is a bug on this couch biting me, it needs to leave. Number 8 is Behold Her for Louise Bayou. This is a homebred daughter of All of Time and Behold Her. 9 for 14 lifetime, only been off the board once, and that was last year's Stewards Cup where she was 5th. This year she won 4 races in a row. Last out she was 3rd behind Fly Me to the Moon and Pokes No Trouble. Obviously fits with this group. 2 back she did win a grade 1 at Saratoga. Number 9 is Flame Kissed. I want to say she's a winner from 2 years ago. No, she was second. I lied. She's useless. Just kidding. Laura Ferguson, who is chasing the all-time earnings record, which should be basically impossible to break, and yet she's going to do it tonight. Laura Ferguson, I don't know why I said that. Flame Kissed is 11 for 15 lifetime. Last year in this race, she did finish 3rd, beaten a head and a nose. Since then, she has won 4 of 5 starts this year. Her only loss came to Beholder. Last out, she defeated Boys in the original Tough Guy Mile. Okay. Number 10, Gardens of the Moon. This is Andrew James' better shot in this race. 6 for 14 lifetime. This horse is either 1st, 2nd, or like 55th. That's just how she rolls. She has won 4 in a row. She'd won a non-winners of 3, then a non-winners of 4. You may remember this from the last Andrew James horse. And then he dropped her in a grade 1, and she won that too. So definitely a live look at Gardens of the Moon. Then comes number 11, You Make Me Feel. Xander Zone owns this one. He's got a ton of entries in today. 6 for 12 lifetime. She's earned $400,000. She's coming off a victory in the Lay Your Armor Down Stakes last out. The race before that, she was 2nd against Boys in the Rosita Cup. Number 12, rounding out the field, is Xander's other horse, Chrome White Sox. This is a $2.8 million purchase that has earned back about $700,000 by California Chrome. This filly has won 2 in a row, including the Grade 2 Palaces of Sand. This is a very evenly matched good field, just top to bottom. So good luck handicapping it, because yeah. It's post time! Field of 12 set to go a mile. These are fillies and mares on the dirt because it's the filly and mare dirt mile. Okay, I'm done. They're in the gate and they're off. First ballot broke slowly. Proctor's Ledge goes right out to the lead, and Umbra Snow's going to join her. They're going to duel early. They kick clear of Chrome White Socks, then Flame Kissed and Behold Her. Then comes First Ballot and Fly Me to the Moon, You Make Me Feel, and Skipping Bale, Gardens of the Moon, Little Moonlight, and Crawls Bars, the early trailer. So it is Proctor's Ledge who leads them down the backside with Umbra Snow chasing that one, and they are 5 lengths clear. They're dueling hard out here with Flame Kiss third, then comes Chrome White Socks. Behold Her is fifth, then comes First Ballot, Fly Me to the Moon, and You Make Me Feel, Skipping Bale, Little Moonlight, Gardens of the Moon, and Crawls Bars the trailer. Just a half mile left to go, and Proctor's Ledge is still in front. She's got a half length on Umbra Snow now. That one's starting to work a little bit harder. Flame Kiss still third, and she's getting closer. They're only 2 lengths away. Then comes Chrome White Socks right alongside. Here's Behold Her a length back from that. Then You Make Me Feel, Skipping Bale, First Ballot, and Fly Me to the Moon. They're at the top of the stretch. Proctor's Ledge has led every step of the way. Umbra Snow loses a spot to Flame Kiss. Flame Kiss coming on, as is Behold Her, very wide. Behold Her coming on. Chrome White Socks and You Make Me Feel. Proctor's Ledge trying to take him gate to wire. Flame Kiss, but Behold Her on the outside. Behold Her is running right by, and Behold Her up in time, a perfect ride. Proctor's Ledge second, Flame Kiss third, Umbra Snow, and Chrome White Socks. The official winner is Behold Her. She's a 4-year-old bay filly by all of time out of Behold Her by Henny Hughes. She's a homebred for Louise Bayou, and this is her 10th win in 15 starts. I assume she's going to retire now, because what else can you do with your life when you're a miler? Next up, we have the filly and mare Turf Sprint, which weirdly only drew a field of 7. Usually this race is always packed to the gills. Hey, if you're going to eat that, I'm going to take it away. Ugh, be right back. Should have sent the dog to doggy daycare. Could have had no kids, no dog, and life would have been amazing. Okay, so, filly and mare Turf Sprint. Field of 7, they're going to go 5 furlongs on the grass like the boys did. Number 1 is Dancin' Nancy. You all remember this one? Art Cage bred her. Lee Carabotter. Katie Stepanian is racing her. I'm like 95% sure that was all factually correct. This filly has been amazing. 8 for 12 lifetime, 1.8 million earned. She was fast enough that last year against Colts she ran a 100. She did win the 2-year-old version of this race last year, so she is a Stewards Cup winner. This year she has been 3 for 5. She lost the Barbados 1000 Guineas, which was weird. I don't know why she lost that. She shouldn't have lost that. She did face the boys last out in the Chimbo. Finished 3rd, beaten only a length. Number 2 is Heartbreaker Breaks. Kier Larson owns this one, a $2.3 million purchase, closing in on $1 million in earnings. 10 for 20 lifetime, been on the board 17 times. She's coming off 2 straight wins, including the Grade 1 Island Fashion, and she is 3 for 5 this year. Number 3 is Love Will Prevail, except when it doesn't. Love Will Prevail is a daughter of Chrome Twin Moon for Nikki Everdeen. She paid $2.5 million for this horse, and she has earned back $1.6. Last out, she did lose to Heartbreaker Breaks. She was 2nd, but before that, she won a Grade 1 in Del Mar. She's lost to this Sick Beat, who is next on the list, twice. Last year, this filly was 3rd in this race, looking to do better on that today. Number 4 is this Sick Beat. Sten Reno Hawkinson has a horse. He actually won a race last night. I think. That's a real thing that happened, right? I remember everyone saying, you didn't run second. Anyway, this filly is really good. 9 for 12 lifetime with 3 second place efforts. This is a daughter of Time Lord. She's just been special. She won a grade 1 3 starts back. She won 4 in a row earlier this year. She is coming off of a loss to a horse named Santa Fe Express, who's next on the list. But overall, this has been a special filly. Number 5, Santa Fe Express. LaDonna King homebred, owned by Exterminate, out of a Mr. Right mare. She is 12 for 18 lifetime. She's just a few dollars away from $1 million in earnings. This filly likes to go on streaks. She won several in a row last year, and then she ran in this race and was 5th. Now she's back for another shot at it, and she is unbeaten in 4 starts this year. You may not sit on the laptop. Number 6 is Schnitz and Giggles. Art Cage homebred by See You Monday. This filly won a race called the Retirement Stakes. I don't know why we have a race called that unless someone sponsored it. Last year, this filly, for some reason that I'm really confused about, went a mile. Why did this horse run in the mile race last year? I don't get it. Is Art in here? Art, I know you can hear me. Explain. Okay, anyway. So since then, this horse won 2 starts this year. One of those was a non-winners of 4 Confidence Builder. Worked very well. She dropped into it and won. And then she came out of that and won that Retirement Stakes. Last out, she was 3rd in a grade 1, closing in on $350,000 in earnings. Rounding out the field and finally getting her chance at the Stewards Cup is number 7, Into You. This is a 5-year-old daughter of Aero Velocity, owned by Susie Rydell. She cost $4 million as a yearling. This filly is named after the Ariana Grande song. Not that we have a whole bunch of those running, but we might. This filly has been really special, but like most Susie Rydell horses, sporadically raced. She won a grade 1 Barbados Derby. She actually won 3 grade 1s in a row last year. Nope, sorry, 2 years ago. And then she just didn't race for 7 weeks or something. She came back and ran 3rd in the Pegasus Dash last year. She actually beat the boys in the Desert Turf Sprint last year. And then she didn't run for half of a year. It's okay. Susie knows that her life is a disaster. This year, she's only run twice so far. These past performances are painful. It's physically painful. This horse has not run since week 6. How is this reality? But to her credit, Turn and Army, who defeated her in the Desert Turf Sprint earlier this year, would have been one of the heavy favorites for the boy version of this race, and unfortunately his owner forgot, so he retired today. He's going to be a really nice stallion. That's your field, 1 minute to post for the filly and mare turf sprint. Get your bets in! It is post time for the fill-in mare turf sprint, a field of 7 going 5 furlongs for $1.5 million. Betting pool is going to close at, come on, Sim, $10,000. $10,000? What are you guys doing over there? You taking a nap? Come on. If you're taking a nap, I want to be taking a nap, but I have to be calling these things. They're off. Perfect start. Santa Fe Express shows speed. Dancin' Nancy chasing that one, and This Sick Beat, then Into You. Those four all have speed early, with Heartbreaker Breaks dropping back fifth. Love Will Prevail and Schnitz and Giggles at the back of the field. It is Santa Fe Express dueling with Into You and This Sick Beat between them. Then comes Dancin' Nancy. They're 4 across the track, with Heartbreaker Breaks 3 lengths back. Love Will Prevail and Schnitz and Giggles, and they're rounding to the top of the stretch. It is still Santa Fe Express. She's led every step of the way. Into You trying to get by her. Dancin' Nancy and This Sick Beat. Love Will Prevail trying to come on. It is still Santa Fe Express, and she's now trying to kick clear. Into You can't go with her. Dancin' Nancy trying hard, and This Sick Beat, then Love Will Prevail, but Santa Fe Express took them gate to wire in impressive style. Santa Fe Express going to win. Then comes Into You over Dancin' Nancy, This Sick Beat, and Love Will Prevail. The official winner is Santa Fe Express. She's a 4-year-old black filly by Exterminate out of Sweet Romance by Mr. Right. She is a homebred for LaDonna King. I was pretty shocked to see that name. LaDonna King is our oldest player ever. She has been here since November 1st, 1998. Not in age, just in playing time. Her last Stewards Cup win, wait, is that serious? Was year 27? Is that legit? That's a long time ago. That's like a really long time ago. That's like 25 years ago or something. Again, math not my strong suit. Okay, well, congrats, LaDonna. That's awesome for you. Next up, we have the sprint. These are boys sprinting. Again, another smallish field of 9. Usually this race draws more, but that's okay with me. Okay, number 1 on the rail is Snoop Dogg. Jess Dawson entered this one. This is a son of Black Hennessy. He's a 7-year-old gelding. 16 for 35 lifetime. This guy has been on the board 22, 29 out of 35 starts. This guy's kind of awesome. Snoop Dogg is coming off of a 6th place finish in an allowance race. Before that, he did win an allowance. His last stakes victory was week 3 of this year. That was on a sloppy track. And so he is a stakes horse, but not a grade 1 horse to date so far. Number 2 is Saunter for Gigi Go Faster. And Gigi texted me earlier to say, wine, work, blah, blah. I can't make it for the race call. I'm sad. That's not verbatim. But Saunter did win the grade 1 Lost in the Fog last out, and Gigi loves her dirt sprinters. She would love to get this one. This guy is 5 for 19 lifetime. He's a son of Walk Off Grand Slam. That was his only victory this year. He's been kind of annoying with a whole bunch of 3rd place efforts, but he seems to be going the right way now. Number 3 is Gangsters. This is a homebred for Mike Bryant, and this guy's actually been awesome. He is coming off a win in the Grade 1 Canadian Sprint. He is 14 for 32 lifetime. He has won 3 in a row this year, and he has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of his last 9 starts. His lone loss was the Desert Golden Sprint earlier this year behind More Than Life Itself and Build You an Empire, both of whom are in this race. Number 4, More Than Life Itself. This guy has had such an amazing career. $3 million earned. This is a homebred for Pepper Carroll. Coming off of a victory in the Grade 1 Saturn Handicap. You may recall in the Desert Golden Sprint earlier this year, he and Build You an Empire had a rematch because Build You an Empire won the Pegasus, and they were like, tooth and nail. It was awesome. So then they had a rematch in the Golden Sprint, and they had another epic battle, and they were 5 lengths clear of the rest, and More Than Life itself actually prevailed that day. Then he lost to a horse named Dark Prophecy in his next start, and I called that race too because they were tooth and nail. It was exciting. They finished 11 and some lengths behind, ahead of the next horse. Dark Prophecy in here. Where'd Dark Prophecy go? I need to find him, because why isn't he here? I don't get it. Oh, because he's in the Malibu Beach. And, spoiler, he definitely wins that. I remember now. Okay, anyway. Number 5 is Plenty of Fire for Mike Larson, a $3 million purchase who's earned back 2.1. This guy did lose by a head to Saunter last out, but before that he won the Grade 1 Inspired Fox and the Grade 2 True Grit. Blah, blah. He's earned $2.1 million. He's 5. So this is one of those where I'm like, is he retiring? Not that I have very many mares left to breed, but is he retiring? Because I want to breed to him. Okay. Anyway. Number 6. Number 6 is Get Out, named after the fantastic movie of the same name. This is a $4 million purchase by Xander Zone. He owns this one. This horse is 10 for 12 lifetime. I know that Xander was really toying with not running this horse. He was going to run him in the Malibu Beach. But this guy has won 5 in a row, and last year he missed the Stewards Cup because he was in the 2-year-old sprint championship. He actually ran weirdly bad after winning one of the elimination races, but then he was 4th in the championship. Unbeaten since then. Obviously only lost twice, and Xander finally was like, well, if my big horse doesn't win, I still want to win, so this horse is here today. Number 7 is Cantaloupe for Paul Heinrich. This is a homebred son of slight change of plan. He's coming off of a win in the sophomore sprint in West Virginia. 7 for 12 lifetime with $600,000 earned. This is probably one of the better horses you've never heard of in your life. Last year, he was 2nd in the 2-year-old version of this race by a length. Number 8 is Xander Zone's big horse, and that is Build You an Empire. That's the horse we've been talking about. This guy has won 16 of 17 starts. He has only lost once in his whole life, and that was in the Desert Golden Sprint. This guy won the 2-year-old sprint championships. He won the Stewards Cup sprint last year, so he is the defending champion. He won the Pegasus. He's probably going to run next year. I think Xander wants to get like he lost in Dubai and he wants to win that. We call it like the sprinting Grand Slam now. But then he texted me and said, hold on, let me scroll. He has to be 1st or 2nd. So I don't know what the plan is. If he's not 1st or 2nd, I don't know if we have to worry about that because it's Build You an Empire. The son of If Looks Could. He's pretty good at life. Rounding out the field is number 9, If Love Could for Fern Thompson. Nick Gilmore bred this one. This colt is riding a 3-race win streak. Last year he was 6th in this race after being unbeaten on the year. I think he'd won 4 or 5 in a row. 14 for 18 lifetime. He doesn't run in a lot of Grade 1 races. This will be his first one this year. He was kind of annoying earlier in the year. He was 3rd in the listed stake, then 6th in the listed stake, but now he's going the right direction with 3 graded wins in a row. That's your field. 1 minute to post. Get your bets in for the sprint. It's post time for the sprint, a field of 9 set to go 6 furlongs for $3 million. One of the coolest races of the year every year, and this is a great field top to bottom. They're in the gate. And they're off. Slow start for Gangsters. If Look Could had to take a step up too, as did Plenty of Fire, so bad break for 3 of the 9 runners. If Love Could, and then now Gangsters is rushed along, and those two want the lead. No one else really interested. Get Out and Plenty of Fire, then Build You an Empire. More Than Life Itself and Saunter. Then comes Cantaloupe, and Snoop Dogg's going to round out the field as they go rushing down the backside. It is Gangsters, and he is full of it today. He leads by 3. If Looks Could is now second over Get Out. More Than Life Itself 4 wide. Build You an Empire still behind that one, so he's 5th. Then comes Plenty of Fire as they round the turn with Saunter, Cantaloupe, and Snoop Dogg. It is Gangsters who leads them by a length. Here comes Get Out. He passes If Love Could. That one drops back. Then comes More Than Life Itself. Build You an Empire getting involved. Plenty of Fire needs to do more. Snoop Dogg is up in the 7th. It is Gangsters. Get Out collars him though. More Than Life Itself and Build You an Empire. Then Plenty of Fire. Gangsters trying hard. More Than Life Itself and Build You an Empire. But Get Out is doing the best of all in between horses, and he's going to be up in time. Get Out wins. Gangsters was second over More Than Life Itself 3rd. Build You an Empire was 4th. The official winner is Get Out. He's a 3-year-old black colt by parity out of Get Out If You Can by Happy Times Ahead. He was bred by the Steward and is owned by Xander Zone. This is his 11th win in 13 starts. And this is Xander's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21st Stewards Cup win. That's too many. Who's letting this guy have that many? Recount. Just kidding. 7 minutes to post for the next. Next up, we have the Filly and Mare Turf Mile, which is a field of 11 because torture. Once I'm starting to get tired and want to go get dinner. Nope. Next race. On the rail, we have Nico for Kenzie Larkin. This is a daughter of Mickey that costs $5.6 million. She's going to, so far, has earned back $500,000 of that. 8 for 13 lifetime, though, coming off of a victory in the Banner Stakes. Number 2 is Silent Kisses, Fanta Arcadia, one of 2 she has in here. A $1.5 million purchase. This is a daughter of Dandelion. 10 for 16 lifetime. She's earned back $1 million already. Dandelion's still standing for $12.5 if anyone wants to breed to him. This girl is coming off a victory in the Kentucky Crown Ladies Mile. She's won 2 in a row, and she was second by a neck hair last year. Number 3, Click 3 Times. I remember exactly where I was when Laura Ferguson suggested the name Click 3 Times for this daughter of Knock 4 Times. She's a 5-year-old mare. She costs $1.6 million. She's earned back $1 million. 15 for 22 lifetime. Has only been off the board once in all that time, and that was week 15 of last year. She's a good girl. She is coming off of 5 straight wins, but none of them have been grade 1s. But they're all grade 2, grade 3. This is a very nice horse. Number 4 is Roxanne. Christophe Desjardins bred this one. I love this horse and would like to breed it, or own it. I would like to own it. This is a daughter of Distant Dream, who somehow has 5-year-olds. What? 8 for 22 lifetime. This horse has been second 11 times. That's really annoying. Highest lifetime speed figure is a 91. She's coming off a second place effort in the Irish Matron. Number 5 is Mary Ann Bright. You know, like Christmas. Another daughter of Dandelion. She's out of a mare named Festive. Tammy Stawicki owns this one. She's coming off of a victory in the Wind-Up Figure Stakes, which is a grade 3. This horse, before that, was second to the boys in the Doncaster Trophy. Before that, she was riding a 7-race win streak, so she has won 8 of her last 9. Number 6 is Stay Cool, Stay Fancy for Dan Gordon, a $2.9 million purchase. This girl has won 10 of 18 starts. She's coming off of 2 straight wins in 4 of her last 5. That one loss was a second place effort in a grade 1. She has won 3 grade 2 races this year and last year was 9th in this race. Number 7 is Velvet Soft. Now, I don't remember the actual story of what all went down with this animal, but I know that Xander's Own broke her. And I remember being like, hey, you broke the best horse in your barn, you dummy. Let's go see what the actual story is, shall we? Because we have so much time. Not. Let's see. Do. I thought he broke this horse. Does it not say that in the history? Okay, well, anyway, she didn't run the Stewards Cup last year. Maybe she just wasn't nominated and I thought she broke. I'm pretty sure she broke, though. Anyway, doesn't matter. Because here she is this year. 8 for 10 lifetime with a second and a third. She's earned $500,000. She usually wins things. She's coming off of 2 straight grade 1 victories, including one against older mares. Number 8 is Kickstart My Heart. Fanta Arcadia homebred from that amazing family that she has that I would like to steal. Like, all of them. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't really get it. Maybe Fanta can shed some light on it. This girl's always been really good. She was 5th in this race last year. Then she won a grade 3 and a grade 1. Then she was 4th, beaten 2 lengths in a grade 1. And then she ran in 2 allowance races. Why? I don't get it. Explain. Okay. People in the chat are helping me out. Xander did break that horse. I just couldn't see it while I was scanning. Number 9 is Stars Align for Louise Bayou. Louise has already won tonight and won yesterday, so frankly, I think she should share. This horse won 4 races in a row before she lost to Velvet Soft last out by a head. 9 for 14 lifetime with 4 second place finishes. If she hits the top 5 today, she will. Who is calling me right now? I am not available. If she hits the top 5, she'll pass $1 million in earnings. And she's good at stuff. 4th in this race last year. Number 10, Silver and Steel for Tamara Estes. This is a homebred daughter of Steel Slayer, and 7 for 9 lifetime with 2 second place finishes. This girl's coming off of 3 straight grade 1 wins. She's probably your favorite here today. $1.1 million earned. This is a fancy good thing, and she won the 2-year-old version of this race last year. Rounding out the field, finally, because there's like 1,000 horses in here, is number 11, Star Child for Leonard Beagle. This is a daughter of his fancy mare, Front Page Star. Last year, and by that I mean 2 years ago, this filly won the Stewards Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf over Stars Align and Stay Cool, Stay Fancy. Then last year, she won 5 grade 1 races in a row, and then all of a sudden she ran the Stewards Cup and ran 7th because it's the Stewards Cup and they do that kind of thing. She's only run 3 times so far this year. All 3 were against boys. Because why? 2 seconds and a third. That's your field for the Stewards Cup Turf Mile. Philly Turf Mile. Make sure you get your bets in 1 minute to post. Hey, my mic's on now. I don't remember turning it back on. Anyway, I guess it's post time. For the Filly and Mare Turf Mile, field 11, set to go for $2 million. They're off. Starchild right to her knees at the break, but the rest were away well. It is Marion Bright who's going to show speed. Marion Bright, your surprise leader early, joined by Silent Kisses, then comes Nico from the rail. Silver and Steel, Kickstart My Heart, and Roxanne, click 3 times. Velvet Soft, Stay Cool, Stay Fancy, Stars Align, and Star Child at the back of the pack. So it is Merry and Bright leading them to the backside, and she's got her head in front of Silent Kisses. Those two are 2 lengths clear of Nico, then come Kickstart My Heart. Silver and Steel, Roxanne, and click 3 times, then Velvet Soft, Stars Align, Star Child, and Stay Cool, Stay Fancy is dropped back last. Half a mile left to go, and Merry and Bright is still your leader. She shakes clear by a length. Silent Kisses can't go with her. Here's Silver and Steel up into third now, then Kickstart My Heart. Velvet Soft is coming on. Nico drops back. Roxanne not doing enough. Here's Stars Align and Star Child from the back of the pack. Stay Cool, Stay Fancy trying to get involved. They're into the stretch, and Merry and Bright is going to try and take them gate to wire. Silver and Steel. Here's Velvet Soft up on the outside. Silent Kisses and Kickstart My Heart. Merry and Bright is fighting hard. Velvet Soft going to run her down. Velvet Soft very powerful in the middle of the track, and Velvet Soft is going to go past them all to win. Velvet Soft wins over Merry and Bright. Silver and Steel third, then Silent Kisses and Kickstart My Heart. The official winner was Velvet Soft. She's a 3-year-old black filly by Distant Dream out of Satin Tricks by Franklin Mint. She's owned by Xander Zone. Back-to-back wins for Xander Zone, and he also won a race yesterday, so Louise Bayou's no longer the hog. Now it's Xander Zone. 9 for 11 lifetime on this filly who doesn't even have a companion animal. It's abuse over in the Xander Zone outfit. We should call PETA. All right, 7 minutes post for the dirt mile, which is the mile on the dirt for the boys, not the girls. Number 1, Fight Flame with Fire. This is a cool horse. He won the Stewards Cup 2 years ago, and he won it last year. So he's trying to go for a three-peat tonight, 11 for 13 lifetime with 2 second-place efforts. He's earned $2.7 million so far. He was only a $1 million purchase. Laura Ferguson owns him. Not much else to say. He's the bomb. Number 2 is Gonzo. This is a horse from Petty's son, Dispersal. Pete Vela owns him now. I suspect he's retiring after this race, and that's going to be his purpose in life. 11 for 14 lifetime, $2.5 million earned. This guy is running on a 4-race win streak from last year, but has not run since then. Number 3, Hark the Angel for Emily Mitchell. This is a $1.8 million purchase. That's probably a Kristen's name from like 2 years ago. In real time, I mean. 2 back, he won the Ocho Rios Trophy. 12 for 29 lifetime. Going to be making his 30th start tonight. He's made $500,000 in earnings. Number 4 is Majinglang for Steph Lonro. This is a homebred, a son of Selatai. 8 for 10 lifetime with a second and a third. This is a nice freak that last year in this race was second by 3 lengths. Since then, he has gone 4 for 5. Number 5 is Colby. Danny Derby owns this one, another son of Selatai. I don't breed to Selatai enough. $3.5 million purchase, 8 for 10 lifetime. Last year in the Stewards Cup, he won by 3 lengths very impressively. He has only lost twice ever, and both of those were to Time Heist. And I do believe Time Heist is the very next horse. Number 6, Time Heist for Nina Olson. This is a homebred daughter. Daughter? What the heck is she doing in here? Okay. Well, to her credit, she's beaten boys numerous times already this year, so who even knew? 12 for 15 lifetime with never been worse than third than 15th. Okay, I'm done. Except for last year, she was, I want to say, the favorite going into this race, and she lost by a head to Angel's Dream. Well, now she's out for revenge, and she was in the girls' version. You know what I'm saying. She lost by a head last year in the Stewards Cup. Now she's out for revenge. Can she do it today? She's probably the fastest horse in the field. Number 7, Make Your Mark from Mike Springer. 15 for 17, 15, 5 for 17 lifetime. $1.3 million earned. 2 back, this guy won the Grade 2 Oceanside Mile. Before that, he was 5th in the Desert Mile. His last victory was week 2 of this year. Number 8 is the weird router turned miler Austin Matthews for Carl Smythe. This guy can pretty much do it all. He's earned $1.7 million. He's always been fast. He has a 99 speed figure on his record. He was running up to about 1 1/8 miles last year, and then early this year, Carl was like, I'm going to run him in the desert mile because that sounds fun, and this animal won? I don't get it. And then he has since then won 2 more graded races at 1 mile, including the Grade 1 Rosita Cup. Number 9 is Time Over Time for Teyaku Downs. This is a gelded 5-year-old son of all of time. How does all of time have 5-year-olds? Why are we so old? 4 for 19 lifetime, $273,000 earned. Last out, he lost to Austin Matthews in a Grade 2. Rounding out the field is number 10, Beyond the Shadow. Don't go beyond the shadow. It sounds scary over there. Mike Bryant, homebred. This guy is 14 for 25 lifetime, and he's earned $730,000, and he's won 2 in a row, including the Louisiana Champions Classic, and that's your field. And make sure you bet on it, and post time's in 3 minutes. One minute to post. Make sure you get your bets in. Field of 10. Compelling race with lots of different stories. Is it the filly? Is it a 3-year-old? Is it Fight Flame with Fire going for 3 in a row? Is it the weird router turned miler Austin Matthews? What will it be? It's post time for the dirt mile. Betting pool closes at $14,000. Stop taking a nap! The field is set to go. And they're off. Good start for all but Fight Flame with Fire, who was 1 step slow. Austin Matthews goes out to the lead. Then comes Colby and Hark the Angel. Fight Flame with Fire now urged up with Make Your Mark and Time Over Time. Time Heist, Majingalane, Gonzo, and Beyond the Shadow is the early trailers. They're sweeping around that turn to the backside, and it is Austin Matthews. He leads by 2. Fight with Flame with Fire tracks that one second. Colby is third. Then comes Time Over Time. Hark the Angel and the Philly Time Heist. Then Majingalane, Make Your Mark, Gonzo, and Beyond the Shadow is still the trailer. So we come to the half-mile pole, and Austin Matthews is still your leader by 2 and some lengths. Then comes Colby. He's got his head in front of Fight Flame with Fire. Fight Flame with Fire now going the wrong direction. Looks like today's not his day. No three-peat for him. The Philly Time Heist is up into 4th, now 3rd. Majingalang and Make Your Mark, then Hark the Angel. Gonzo's going to have to do better than that, but he's coming on now. And they're into the stretch. Austin Matthews, he's had it all his own way. No one's challenged him to date. Colby trying to get closer. He's cut the gap in half. Time Heist, the Philly up into 3rd, then Majingalang. It's still Austin Matthews. Colby coming at him. Colby is charging, but Austin Matthews is going to hold him off, and Austin Matthews wins the dirt mile in a mild upset. Colby second over Time Heist 3rd, then Majingalang, and Make Your Mark. That'd be funny. Okay, the official winner is Austin Matthews. He's a 4-year-old chestnut colt by Man of Mystery out of Ya Filthy Animal by Anointed. He is owned by Carl Smythe, and this is his 9th win in 16 starts. I feel like we have years where no trainer is able to win 2 Stewards Cup races, and then we have years like this year where Carl has won 2, Louise Bayou has won 2, and Xander Zone has won like 9. Okay, 3. Have I mentioned they should share? Doing that, let's get right to the preview of the Filly and Mare Turf. Only 8 horses, but this is a stacked race. All very evenly matched. Number 1 on the rail is Peace Within You. Jolene Danner looking for her first Stewards Cup win in a while. This filly 2-back won the Grade 2 Sim Horse Racing Ladies Route. That was over 1.5 miles. This race is 1.25 miles. Will it make a difference? I don't know. 4 for 9 lifetime. Lightly raced older mare, only been off the board once. Number 2 is With All My Love for Carl Smythe. This is a daughter of Coleman Hell, who also somehow has 5-year-olds. Why are we old? 9 for 21 lifetime, closing in on $1 million in earnings. I suspect this one is retiring, but it's Carl, so I don't know. She can run like 3 more years in amazing spots because that's how Carl rolls. This year, this filly has only won once. That was the Grade 3 Escala Chromantica, but last year she did win the Los Campeones, always a hard-knocking filly. Definitely fits here today. Number 3 is Just Pretend for Lucas Davenport. This filly has not won since week 4. She was coming right around then. She'd won 3 in a row. Since then, she has been second 4 times in a row. That's obnoxious. She's 13 for 24 with 9 second-place efforts. So she's clearly really daughter of Black Tide out of Remember Me by Two Tone. 7 for 9 lifetime. She's coming off of 3 straight victories. All 3 were Grade 1 company against older fillies and mares. Earlier this year, she did run second to Lilibet in the Louisville Bunbret, and Lilibet is not in this race because Carol Hansen went all week and ultimately decided to go in the turf, so we will get to Lilibet later. Number 5, Forever With Me for Pete Vella. This is a daughter of Sydney out of Shahira, and this filly cost $17.7 million. You know, chump change. If she doesn't win this, it'll be interesting to see if Pete feels like she was a bust or if like he knew he was buying a future broodmare. This filly has won 5 in a row this year. 4 of the 5 races were Grade 1s. Last year in the 2-year-old version of this race, this filly was 4th. Number 6 is Make M Hot. Oh, I can do that. Dan Kaufman, homebred, a daughter of Electric Blue, 10 for 15 lifetime. She's earned $780,000. She's coming off of 2 straight wins, including a Grade 2 in Italy. Number 7 is White Star for Danny Derby. This is a daughter of the great, mighty, awesome mare Titanic. 7 for 8 lifetime. Her lone loss was the Bun Brett last year, where she was 6th. Since then, she has won the Brisbane Derby, the Melbourne Derby, the Australian Derby. I honestly thought this was a colt because she wins so many derbies, and I suspect she's retiring tonight to go make pretty, pretty babies. Number 8, and rounding out the field, is Lily of the Valley for Tim Matthews. This lovely filly last year won the Stewards Cup Bun Brett in what was kind of a mild upset. Since then, she's won the Hot Springs Bun Brett. She won the Secretariat Derby over the Colts 2 starts back, and she did win the Grade 1 Wonder Why in Canada 2 weeks ago. That's your field for the filly and mare turf. This is a very good field, top to bottom. Not a big field, obviously, but I'm afraid of them all. I have 3 whole minutes. I'm going to go zap a frozen dinner. I'm back. You guys know those frozen dinners and you go to zap them and they're like, cook for 3 minutes, take the thing off, stir, and cook for another minute, whatever. So you cook for 3 minutes, take the thing off. It absolutely scalds you and burns your flesh off, except for that chunk in the middle that's still completely frozen. That's how that rolls. Anyway, it's post time for the filly and mare turf. Betting pool closes at $20,000. They're in the gate. And they're off. One step slow for With All My Love, but the rest were away well. It is Lily of the Valley who goes out to lead them, and no one wants to go with her early, so Lily of the Valley will lead uncontested. Then comes Peace Within You and Speak of Me. Just Pretend, then With All My Love, White Star, Forever With Me, and Make 'Em Hot at the back of the pack. They come under the wire the first time, and it is Lily of the Valley who leads by 2, and she settled down. Then comes Peace Within You. Speak of Me is third, with Just Pretend alongside, With All My Love 3 wide. Then comes White Star tucked in on the fence, Forever With Me, and Make 'Em Hot is the trailer. Lily of the Valley opening up a bit. She leads by 4 lengths and some. Then comes Speak of Me second. Peace Within You loses a spot to be third. Then Just Pretend. With All My Love, White Star, Forever With Me, then Make 'Em Hot trails. She'd have 10 lengths to make up, and it is Lily of the Valley who leads them now towards the half-mile pole. Lily of the Valley, she leads by 3. Speak of Me is getting a lot closer. She's within striking distance. Peace Within You is a length behind that. Then comes Just Pretend. With All My Love, Forever With Me gets going. White Star has dropped out. Then comes Make 'Em Hot, and it is Lily of the Valley leading to the stretch. Speak of Me, though, and now Speak of Me is the new leader. Peace Within You is still battling on. Lily of the Valley, and here's Forever With Me, who catapults off the turn, and Forever With Me going between horses and coming on strong. Speak of Me, Peace Within You, Lily of the Valley, and Forever With Me, gonna run them all down, and Forever With Me gets up. Forever With Me by a neck. Speak of Me second, Peace Within You, and Lily of the Valley. The official winner is Forever With Me. She's a 3-year-old black filly by Sydney out of Shahira by Frayed. She was bred by the Steward and is owned by Pete Vella. She officially goes over $1 million in earnings and only has to make back $16 million as a broodmare. Wah, wah. She is probably retiring. 7 for 9 lifetime. That is the winner. Next up, we have the filly and mare sprint. Guys, it's a field of 13. I'm really sorry. A lot of you are going to be disappointed, but I'm going to eat my frozen dinner and not preview this race. I'll give like a brief preview. I'm sorry. Maybe someone else can type something or not. Whatever, I'll be back. A fed steward is a happy steward. Yay! Get away. Go. Okay, we're back. It's post time. Sorry I didn't preview this race, but you know. Wow, what was for dinner? Let me tell you. It was ziti with pretend meatballs or something. I don't know. The thing's like 240 calories. It was very exciting. Okay, so just a brief rundown of this race. There's 13 horses. There's 3 millionaires in here, including the amazing Scared of My Shadow, who is 18 for 20 lifetime, owned by Semi Award of Merit winner George Nats. Art Cage has Ipsirk in here, and how does Ipsirk have $1 million? Wait for it. Wait for it. I don't know. She's just a hard-knocking cool horse. Good on ya. Michelle Calderoni won a race yesterday. She texted me today. I did not answer her. That's bad behavior. Mike Bryant always has a couple. Xander Zone, he's got 3. He's probably going to try and win race number 17. Brianna McKenzie with third verses, closing in on $1 million. And Navistar is way outside in the number 13 hole. That's your field. The lame version. Betting pool closed at $4,000. I walked away for like 6 minutes. And you guys only bet $4,000 on this race. We are fighting. They're off in the filly and mare sprint. Bad break for Silence in between. She goes right to her knees. It's a Long Shot Now goes out to lead them, and It's a Long Shot Now is very quick from the block. She's 2 in front of Scared of My Shadow. Then comes Navistar from the outside, ducking in. Wild Eyed Dreamer in third verses. Then Until I Met You, Ipsirk, Silence in between after the bad break and Make Hearts Race. Then comes Sweet Inspiration, Bow to Her, Keep This Car, and Just What It Seems. They're making that long run up the backstretch to the half-mile pole, and It's a Long Shot Now. She leads by 2. Scared of My Shadow tracking that one, and she's a looming presence getting closer. Then comes Navistar. Wide-Eyed Dreamer, third verses, joins her. She's now right alongside fourth with Until I Met You and Ipsirk, Make Hearts Race, and Silence in between. Then Sweet Inspiration. They're rounding that turn to the stretch. It's a Long Shot Now is desperate because Scared of My Shadow is up alongside, and now Scared of My Shadow puts her head in front. Navistar is still third. Third versus fourth. She's coming on Until I'm at You and Silence in between. Ipsirk has dropped out. It's a Long Shot Now has yielded to Scared of My Shadow. She's a length clear. Here comes third versus along the rail. Navistar is third. Then It's a Long Shot Now and Silence in between. Scared of My Shadow is all out. Third versus is next to her. And now third versus is going to get up in time. Third versus is going to win the filly and mare sprint. Scared of My Shadow had to settle for second today. Navistar third. It's a Long Shot Now and Silence in between. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably the reason that I got quiet, hopefully you can hear me now, is because my headset fell off in the final strides. And that's why all of a sudden I was like, horsey did the horsey thing. Can someone just tell me they can hear me? Because I reset my headset. Hello? Anybody? Okay. If P can hear me, we're fine. The official winner is Third Verses. She's a 3-year-old chestnut filly by If Looks Could out of the Fashion Show by Lord Snow. She's a homebred for Brianna McKenzie, and Brianna McKenzie is winning her 5 billionth Stewards Cup race. That's not true, though, but look, she hasn't won a race since year 47. I mean, a Stewards Cup race. She's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Dating way back to year 7 when she won this race for the first time. Okay, 5 minutes post. For the turf mile, always one of the better races on the card. This is a field of 11. Number 1 is Leave No Stone, a 5-year-old son of Make My Own Path, 9 for 20 lifetime for Christophe Desjardins. Coming off of a 6th place effort in the SoCal Mile. Before that, he won the Grade 3 Middle Ground Mile. Number 2, All of Us Dreamers. This horse likes to give Glenn Larson like a heart attack now and then. He's 16 for 25 lifetime. Last year, he came into this race off of like all the wins ever, and then he ran 6th just to be obnoxious. This year, he has won 5 in a row, including 4 major Grade 1 races. Toronto Mile, he won it. Dubai Millennium Mile, he won it. Mona Akai Mile, he won it. Is he going to run 6th again today? I wouldn't put it past him. Number 3 is Superpowers. 8 for 11 lifetime. This guy's closing in on $1 million for Sten, who I love. This guy is the epic rival of Pepperjack Boudin, who we'll get to in a little bit. He's coming off of 2 straight Grade 1 victories in Europe. Number 4, Gakaido. Gakaido is a 9-year-old for Lucas Davenport, a son of worldwide fame. I assume he's eventually going to retire one day. This guy won the Golden State Mile last out by 4 lengths. Last year, he won this race by a neck over Trill, who's back again today. So Gakaido was 8 when he won this race. I'm kind of hoping he'll eventually retire because that would be nice, because then we could breed to him. 26 victories for this 9-year-old. This will be his 47th start. Number 5 is Pepperjack Boudin, who I did not put any Pepperjack Boudin in the Daybreak series. I put beignets in there, but no Pepperjack Boudin, so I clearly am a terrible writer and need to have my license revoked. This guy won the Stewards Cup last year by 5 3/4 lengths. He's one of the best of his generation for Louise Bayou, although we did tell her she had to share now. He's won 7 of 9 starts, coming off of a victory in the SoCal Mile. He seems to kind of sometimes trade places with Superpowers, so we'll see if Superpowers gets his revenge today. Number 6 is Trill for Lori Ethel. This is the 11-year-old who last year gave us all a thrill when he was second by a neck here. He hasn't done that well this year. Last year he had won 4 in a row, something like that. This year he was 5th in the Pegasus, 3rd in the Dubai Millennium, 2nd in the Toronto Mile, and then 3rd in the SoCal Mile. He is 20 for 49, making his 50th start tonight. He is awesome. Can you guys hear me now? The mute thing got stuck. Oh, you missed my last few things I said. But you can hear me now, right? Okay, which horse was the last horse you heard? I hope it wasn't Pepper Jack Boudin, because that was like 9 horses ago. Okay, so you heard Trill. Okay. Okay, so the Cliff Notes version, as I said, Free from War, wants to get over 350K and was 6th in a grade 2. Of the great ones is the Susie Rydell horse, who has not run since week 10, but she has been galloping and jogging a lot. And so I said I looked and he is fit. Number 9, Heard the Prophecy. I said that he's 12 for 24, and he is Lucas Davenport's second entrant, and his last win was a grade 1 in Hong Kong. Number 10 is where I was, Innovation for Glenn Escobar. This is a 3-year-old son of Invocation, 7 for 9 lifetime. He is coming off of 5 straight wins. Only one of those was a grade 1. It seems like he's been avoiding Pepper Jack Boudin and Superpowers most of his life. Rounding out the field is number 11, Making Wishes, who I quite like. This is a 4-year-old son of Night Broken for Rachel Sadler, 13 for 16 lifetime with 3 second-place finishes. This guy was second in the Dubai Millennium Mile last out. Earlier this year, this guy won the Pegasus, so there's not really much else he can do with his life other than try and win this. And so I don't know if he's going to retire or not. Feel free to tell me. This guy coming off 2 straight wins, Low Kite Magic Stakes last out in Tennessee is the last one. That's your field. We're 1 minute late because of the snafu with the whole mute-er thing getting stuck. Like 30 seconds to post. Okay, I'm looking at the little flashing light. It is post time for the mile. Field of 11 set to go a mile on the grass for $3 million. I lied. Wait, how is this race only $2.5 million? That's messed up. It should be 3. Who's in charge around here? They're in the gate. And they're off. Leave No Stone was a step slow. All of Us Dreamers right out to the lead, and All of Us Dreamers going to try and prove himself today. Superpowers wants to go with that one, and then comes Pepper Jack Boudin. Of the great ones alongside, then Gakaido and Free from War. Heard the Prophecy and Trill, Innovation, Leave No Stone, and Making Wishes is the early trailer. So it is All of Us Dreamers, but now Superpowers puts his head in front, and Superpowers and All of Us Dreamers are 4 lengths clear. Of the great ones is up third, Pepper Jack Boudin alongside, then a length back to Gakaido. 5 lengths back to Free from War, then comes Heard the Prophecy, Innovation, Trill, Leave No Stone, and Making Wishes. They're coming to the half-mile pole with half-mile left to go. All of Us Dreamers, he's back in front, and he's trying to kick clear of Superpowers. Superpowers can't go with him. Here comes Pepper Jack Boudin up into second, then comes Of the Great Ones. Gakaido is still 5th, and Heard the Prophecy. Innovation and Trill, they're at the top of the lane, and All of Us Dreamers needs to kick on. Pepper Jack Boudin and Of the Great Ones, even Superpowers getting involved again, then Gakaido and Heard the Prophecy. It is a 4-horse battle out here. All of Us Dreamers, Superpowers, Pepper Jack Boudin, and Of the Great Ones. They're 4 across the track. Gakaido is going to be 5th. It is All of Us Dreamers, then Of the Great Ones, Pepper Jack Boudin, and the Superpowers. All of Us Dreamers hangs on in the turf mile. He gets it done this year by a neck over Of the Great Ones. Pepper Jack Boudin was 3rd, and Superpowers was 4th. The official winner is All of Us Dreamers. He's a 5-year-old bay horse by Hartnell out of Wishes Were Horses by Frankel. He is owned by Glenn Larson, who paid $2.2 million for him, and now he's over the almost $5 million mark. 17 for 26 lifetime. His companion cat is named Dreamer. Bleh. I don't know what my problem is. That was the turf mile. We're 6 minutes away from the ladies' route. Oh, let's talk about the ladies' route. Let's just go on and on about the ladies' route. Okay. On the rail, we have number 1, the horse that I thought all year was going to win this race. This is Mercy Thompson. Rebecca Rose Hepburn owns this one. She's a daughter of Be Prepared out of one of my best Man of Mystery mares. She's won half of her 14 starts. She last year ran in this race and was second by a length and a half to Sing Back Louder, who's in here again today. She raced against boys and was second, and since then she's gone on a 4-race winning streak. I just think she's the best of her division at the moment, save for Sing Back Louder. Number 2 is Stay or Leave for John Exett. James Dean filly has won 5 of 14 races. She's coming off of 2 straight second-place finishes, but before that, she won the Grade 1 American Matron. Number 3 is Marley's for Carl Smythe. This is a super royally well-bred daughter of James Dean. 4 for 9 lifetime, coming off of a victory in a listed stake with a 91 speed figure. This girl earlier this year won the Long Island Acorn. She's going to be a fancy broodmare and would love this distance here today. Number 4 is the second Carl Smythe horse. This is Night Before Xmas. Daughter of Heart of the Storm out of Maryland Million. You really just can't breed them better than that. Last year she was 3rd in this race. She is a multiple Grade 1 winner. She doesn't mind going short, going long. She can do it all. She good one. Number 5 is Say You Remember Me. Whining something Taylor Swifty. Izzy Rafferty owns Say You Remember. This is a $3.5 million purchase. She's earned back $280,000, so that's annoying. This filly last out was second behind Night Before Xmas, and before that she was third behind Mercy Thompson. She is a stakes winner over 1.5 miles this year, but that was on a sloppy surface. She really likes the mud. She won a Grade 3, Week 3 in the mud as well. Number 6, here she is for her final race ever, I think. This is I'll Let You Know. Why is she here? She should be in the Classic where she belongs, or at least the Distaff where she also belongs. But you know what? It's not a terrible spot. Last year, this filly ran in the Distaff solely so that she could run in the Classic. This year, she just has proven she's just having a weird year. Like, her only start at 1.25 miles this year against boys, like the first one of them, she lost. And then the second one of them, she lost. So maybe now as a 4-year-old, going 1.25 miles against boys is hard. But this is our Triple Crown winning filly. No one is happy about seeing her go out in the ladies' route. Least of all the trainers that are in here trying to win. It's a weird spot for her. She is by James Dean. She's won the Belmont. She's going to be okay at the distance. The bigger problem is that she ran a 100 last out when losing the Long Island Gold Cup to the People's Horse. She is one of the greatest of all time, if not the. 14 for 17 lifetime. She's earned $7 million. Can't wait to see who she is bred to. Last year, she won the Stewards Cup Distaff by 8 lengths. Number 7 is Sing Back Louder for Ash Terrison. Love this filly who won this race last year. She only cost $590,000. She's already earned back $1.2 million. I assumed she was going to race next year, but I think now she is planning on retiring and may visit Kingdom Come. She has won 3 in a row. And Ash, once she saw that I'll Let You Know was in here, was like, I don't want to run in here because this is scary. And ultimately decided to give it a shot. Daughter of Hold Above out of a Father Ralph mare. She's going to be fun to follow as a broodmare. Number 8 is Seeking for Emily Mitchell. This is a homebred daughter of James Dean. Coming off of a 4th place effort, this filly has not won since week 16 of last year. 3 for 11 lifetime with an outside chance. Rounding out the field is number 9, Somebody Snitched, which basically sums up my 5-year-olds every day. This filly is coming off of a non-winners of 2 victory last out. That was over 1.25 miles. Sire, Keeper of Secrets, I do believe won the marathon a couple years ago, so that should be no problem. She breaks from the outside, and that's your field for the ladies' route. 1 minute to post before the final race of I'll Let You Know. Eric Ham just said the 5,000 candles in the wind. Made me laugh. It was funny. It is post time for the 1.5 mile ladies route. Betting pool at only $7,000. Oh my gosh. Hold on, my dad's calling me. I'm going to tell him what's up. Hi, it's the Steward's Cup right now. You're live with 60 Simsters. Hi, is it emergency? Yeah, we know. We've been talking about your cruise. Okay, 40 minutes. My mom. I'm live from the Caribbean Ocean. Yeah. We get it. Okay, sorry, that totally distracted me. Okay, they're in the gate. They're ready to go. Field of 9. And they're off. Seeking was one step slow, as was Say You Remember. I'll let you know, as expected, right to the front, and she's going to play Come and Catch Me in this race. I'll let you know goes to lead them. Night Before Xmas settles back second, then Say You Remember and Marley's. Then comes Somebody Snitched and Stay or Leave, Mercy Thompson and Sing Back Louder. Seeking is ninth and the early trailer, but they have a long way to go as they come down the stretch the first time. It is I'll Let You Know. She leads them by a length or two, then comes Night Before Xmas. Say You Remember is third with Marley's alongside, Somebody Snitched and Stay or Leave. 3 lengths back to Mercy Thompson, Sing Back Louder, and Seeking. I'll Let You Know under the wire the first time. They've got a mile left to go. She leads by 4 lengths over Night Before Xmas. Marley's is third, then comes Say You Remember and Somebody Snitched. Stay or Leave and Sing Back Louder, Mercy Thompson and Seeking, and that's the order as they turn into the backstretch with I'll Let You Know leading by 4. Night Before Xmas, no change in order. It's Marley's, Say You Remember and Somebody Snitched. 6 lengths back to Stay or Leave, but here comes Sing Back Louder. She's going to be the first to make a move. Mercy Thompson on her heels, and then comes Seeking. Only half a mile left to go now. I'll Let You Know is leading by 5. She's trying to turn this into procession. Night Before Xmas is second. Marley's, Say You Remember, Mercy Thompson, and Sing Back Louder. The rest are dropping well back. It is I'll Let You Know into the stretch. 6 lengths clear. Sing Back Louder and Mercy Thompson. Night Before Xmas and Marley's. Then comes Seeking. But I'll Let You Know she's going to go out in style, and maybe it wasn't such a bad race after all. I'll Let You Know cruising to the wire, and that's it, folks. I'll Let You Know by 6. Sing Back Louder up for second. Mercy Thompson was third, then Night Before Xmas and Marley's. The official winner is I'll Let You Know. She's a 4-year-old roan filly by James Dean out of Goodwill by Just Victory. She is a homebred for Steven Saratoga, and this is her 15th win in 18 starts, and she now goes over the $8 million mark. And hopefully she will retire. Oh no, she's going to miss it. She'll be at like 7.8. Slacker. How dare she not win more than that monies? Okay, I'm trying to look in her notes to see if she's retiring, because I don't actually know that that's true. It says nothing. Oh god, she might come back. Oh my gosh, she might never leave. Okay, next up is the marathon. Oh my lord, why are there 13 horses in this race? Number 1 is Leave You Laughing, homebred for Emily Mitchell. This one's by James Dean. He's a 4-year-old colt, and he's won half of his 13 starts. He's earned $500,000. He, earlier this year, did win the Grade 1 Z Prince Memorial, and after that, he won the Grade 2 Prefamagips. Number 2 is You Make Me Better for MEK. I actually love the placement of this horse in this race. $3.8 million purchase. He's earned $422,000. I kind of hope he runs on next year and doesn't retire, because I think he has the potential to earn a whole bunch of money for Emmy. He's won 3 of his 5-ish starts this year. 8 for 19 lifetime. This is a son of Stewards Cup Classic winner Brilliantly. Number 3 is Redmayne, who will be retiring after this race, win, lose, or draw. He's a $1.1 million earner of million dollar purchase earner of 729,000. This guy is super hit or miss. He's kind of weird. He's a son of Raleigh out of a Voldemort mare, so the distance isn't a problem. 2 back, he won a long marathon-y type race by 5 lengths, and then last out he was 3rd in a grade 1 going a mile and a half. Which Redmayne's going to show up today? I don't know. Number 4, See the Sights for Laura Ferguson. This is a gelded son of Gryffindor. He's earned $360,000. Last start, he was 3rd in that epic battle between Shrew and I'll Let You Know. His last victory was week 1 of this year. Number 5, Iditarod Trail for Tim Matthews. This is a 7-year-old gelding by Balto. He's earned $326,000. He was 3rd last out in a Mexican prep for this race. He has not won since week 4 of last year. Number 6 is Mastermind from Brandon McNulty. $4 million purchase has earned back $500,000. Coming off of a victory in the Island Stakes in Hawaii, that was over this 2-mile distance. Before that, he was 4th in that Shrew, I'll Let You Know, See the Sights, blah, 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 you know, all those horses race. Number 7 is Somebody Else for Lino Duran, one of my favorite horses in training and also the name of a beautiful 1975 song. 11 for 20 lifetime. This guy's earned $2.3 million. He's earned back more than his purchase price. As you may be able to tell, I'm also playing tug of war with the dog as I'm talking. He really wants to be a 1.25 mile horse, but the problem is that he's not as good as the People's Horse and Gladiator and all them. So what are you going to do? You're going to make him a marathoner. This guy won at 1.5 miles in Panama. He won at 2 miles in New York. Last out, he dropped back to 1.25 miles and lost to Castle's Crumble in the Summerbird. Number 8 is Hurricane Storm for Regina Moore. She bought this horse thinking he was going to be a Derby horse. He decided he was going to be a slacker. He did break his maiden with a 90. He is 4 for 10 lifetime. Hoping for bigger and better things for this guy over the next couple of years because he is a royally bred half-brother to Heart of the Storm. Number 9 is your favorite in here, and that is Shrew. He cost $2.7 million, and he's almost earned that back. He's the horse that defeated I'll Let You Know 2 starts ago. He has won 3 of his 5 starts this year. Last year, apparently somebody else won this race last year, which I totally missed. I'm telling you, the horse is better going shorter. But he won this race last year, so clearly I know nothing Jon Snow. Shrew has won 3 of his 5 starts this year, as I was saying. He's in the best form of his career. He's also a son of Keyboard Courage. He must be like from the last group of those because there aren't that many of those around. Number 10, Dr. Nefario is a 9-year-old gelding by Man of Mystery for Katie Stepanian. I feel so awkward because I said it right earlier and now I know she's listening and judging me. 10 for 40 lifetime. This will be his 41st start and he has earned over $1 million. Number 11 is Shadowkin for Nini Hunter, who just retired 2 of the best stallions you'll see retiring this year, Kingdom Come and Hold Us Together. I sent them each 2 mares because fancy. This guy is 7 for 14 lifetime. He's earned 600 and something thousand. He has not won since week 16 of last year, but he has been second 3 times since then. Routing like this. He likes to do that. Number 12 is Fixed Bayonet. This is a fancy bred son of James Dean out of Deep Breath. 6 for 15 lifetime, coming off of 2 straight victories. One of those was an allowance and one was the grade 2 Kingston Trophy. Rounding out the field is a seal. Can you please let go? If you want me to throw it, you have to let go. This guy has always been knocking on the door as being like a really great champion, and he hasn't quite done it. He's really annoying. He wins races like the Old Geldings Rock by 4 lengths with a 90, and then he runs in grade 2s and runs 4th. So mostly he needs to be smacked for being a slacker, or he needs to get up and win today. That is your field for the Stewards Cup Marathon, 1 minute a post. Don't mind me, just booting myself from the chat room. No big deal. I wish I could figure out how to make this do video, because I would put a live marble on the screen. Because puppies are pretty puppyish. Everybody likes a puppy in their lives, right? I know that some people, since this is the marathon and that was the Scott Island race, that some people were doing hashtag No Pants Friday in tribute of Scott, or No Pants Stewards Cup, or whatever it was. I liked that. I've been wearing pajama pants ever since the horse threw me into the wall, and didn't get hurt on the lower half of my body whatsoever, but I felt like that deserved pajama pants. It makes sense in my head, okay? Betting pool closes at $8,000 because you all make me cry for the marathon. It's 2 miles. This might be the fastest 2-mile race you've ever heard. They're off in the Stewards Cup Marathon. It was a good break for most, except for Redmayne. Redmayne right to his knees at the start. He's got a long time to get over it, though, as Shadowkin goes out to lead, then Fixed Bayonet and Asil, then comes somebody else. Hurricane Storm and You Make Me Better, Dr. Nefario and Leave You Laughing. Then comes Redmayne after the bad break, Stablemate Sharu, Iditarod Trail, See the Sights, and Mastermind is the early trailer. So it is Shadowkin who leads them up the backstretch. He's 2 lengths clear of Fixed Bayonet with Asil alongside and somebody else 4 wide. Hurricane Storm and You Make Me Better, then comes Dr. Nefario. It's a tight group out here. Leave You Laughing, then Redmayne, Sharu, Iditarod Trail, See the Sights, and Mastermind is still the trailer, but it's only 5 lengths separating front to back. Shadowkin, he takes them with 1 mile and 3 furlongs left to go. He's 2 in front. Somebody else has moved up to be second in front of Asil. Then comes Fixed Bayonet, who loses a couple spots. Hurricane Storm and You Make Me Better, then Dr. Nefario and Leave You Laughing. Redmayne is 9th with Sharu 10th, then See the Sights, Iditarod Trail, and Mastermind. They're coming past us the first time. They have another lap left to go. It is Shadowkin leading them with somebody else second, then Asil. Fixed Bayonet and Hurricane Storm, You Make Me Better, and Dr. Nefario. Then comes Leave You Laughing, Redmayne, Sharu, See the Sights, Iditarod Trail, and Mastermind. We're going to have our second leader of the race now because somebody else has come to put his nose in front of Shadowkin. Those two move on with Asil moving a lot closer, actually. Here comes Redmayne with an early move, and now he's up into 4th over Hurricane Storm. Dr. Nefario, Sharu gaining a spot. Fixed Bayonet is well done. Then Leave You Laughing, See the Sights, Iditarod Trail, You Make Me Better, and Mastermind. They've only got a half mile left to go. Gosh, not 1.5 miles. That'd be terrible. Somebody else is leading over Shadowkin, then Asil. They're 3 across the track. Redmayne is only a length behind them. Then comes Hurricane Storm and Dr. Nefario, Sharu, and Fixed Bayonet, Leave You Laughing, and they're coming to the top of the stretch. Somebody else is the leader. Shadowkin is done. Asil is right there. Then comes Redmayne hot on their heels. Hurricane Storm and Sharu making a big run. We're down to 3, though. It is somebody else in Asil with Redmayne on the outside. These 3 are clear of Hurricane Storm and Sharu. It is somebody else. Redmayne doing very well on the outside. Asil on the rails. Somebody else in between them, and it's going to be a close finish in the marathon. Redmayne's going to get up on the outside, and a big upset. Redmayne wins. Somebody else is second. Asil 3rd. 3 lengths back to Hurricane Storm 4th, then Sharu. The official winner is Redmayne. He's a 5-year-old bay horse by Raleigh out of Merope by Voldemort. He was bred by me and is owned by Danny Derby, who wins this race more often than he wants to. I'm pretty excited about this horse as a stallion. So make sure you breed to him because I'm going to. Next up is the distaff. 5 minutes to post. This is a field of 9. 9? 9. Words are hard. Make sure that you guys get the betting pool really good on this one because this is a good race, okay? Okay. Number 1 is Hidden Oasis for Tom Mudgett. This is the kind of horse that we've been talking about all year because she's had a weird career. This filly was unbeaten last year and the somewhat upset winner of the Stewards Cup Juvenile Fillies for Tom. She ended up winning 6 in a row before her first loss, which was the Toronto Oaks behind Enough. But the problem was that she didn't run in the Louisville Oaks and it hurt our brains. And then we thought she was going to run in the Baltimore Oaks and she didn't do that either. It was confusing. But anyway, this filly has won 8 of 9 lifetime. Her lone loss was by a head to Enough, who is in this race. She's a daughter of You Never Know. It's very nice to see Tom get a super fancy horse, and good luck to him today. Number 2 is As Long As I Live. Susie Rydell owns this one. She's a 4-year-old daughter of Just One Kiss. She cost $12 million. She will not make that back on the track. This filly won the Grade 1 Kadoja last out. She has won 3 of 5 starts this year. That's true. 3 of 4 starts this year. She's 6 for 10 lifetime, only been off the board once. She was bought to be a broodmare. Anything else is just extra. Number 3 is Act of Courage for Brianna McKenzie. This is an Elise Peverell bred. Oh, speaking of that, guys, this is hot off the press. You remember last night with the Stewards Cup Juvenile and Merlin and Courage, the 2 Peverell horses dueled for the lead, and they finished 1-2. It was like a whole thing. Do you guys remember that? Both of those horses are going to be up for lease next year, so you could run them on the Triple Crown Trail. She is not going to race them. I think that's crazy. But, I'm not in charge. Anyway, back to this horse. She is a Grade 1 winner this year. She is 8 for 15 lifetime. Act of Courage is royally bred, and I wish to make babies from her, but I won't be given that opportunity, and it's sad. Number 4 is All Good for Chris Bobby. This is the 3-year-old sister to Owl Let You Know. She's by Alonzi out of the mare Goodwill. This filly is coming off of 3 straight victories, the Grade 2 Flamingo Oaks, the Grade 3 Metropolitan Oaks, and the Grade 2 La Broca Grand. Last year, she ran in the mile race against Umbra Snow, and she was 2nd. She has stretched out this year. She can clearly do anything. Her dam is amazing, and Chris Bobby looking to win both this race and the Classic later on. Number 5 is Thunder Hype. I just really love saying that. 10 for 16 lifetime for this Donnie Hidalgo mare. It's really nice to see Donnie get another good one. It had been a while. I mean, he has sprinters and stuff, but it's been a while since a good router. This filly won 4 in a row earlier this year. Last out was 2nd by a nose. Otherwise, she would be unbeaten. And she's only been worse than 2nd once. Sorry, I had to tell Danny that he won because he didn't know that he won. And when I told him which horse, he was like, haha, that horse is stupid. And I was like, no, he's going to be good. And he said, I'm not retiring him because he won't get 12 mares. And I was like, well, I just told the chat room I was excited to breed to him. He's at Mary Poppins. We're having this conversation while he's literally in a movie theater. Anyway, number 6 is Hiding My Heart. Louise Bayou owns this one. Last year, this filly won the Louisville Oaks. She's been a little bit annoying since then. I mean, she lost the distaff because they all lost the distaff. So she got a confidence builder with an allowance this year, and it worked. She was 2nd in a Grade 3, and then she's won back-to-back Grade 1 races. I want babies from this one, too. I basically want babies from them all. Let's get real. Number 7 is Enough. This is John Exet's 3-year-old filly, a daughter of Happy This Way out of Lover Lay Down. 6 for 8 lifetime, never been worse than 3rd, going on $1 million in earnings. Would not be surprised to see this one win. Her lone loss this year was by a length in the Louisville Oaks. She is a good one. Number 8 is Puffin. This is a Laura Ferguson daughter of Happy This Way out of Penguin, who's one of my mares. Laura raced that mare for me, and this was her first foal, and she named it Puffin, and I was super jealous because I wanted that name, but I didn't reserve it, so joke's on me. This filly went a mile and a half last out, but she doesn't really prefer that. She likes it shorter, so she was fourth in that race. Earlier this year, she was second in the Beholder. She has not won since she beat the boys in a Derby prep week 3, but last year she was a Grade 1 winner. And rounding out the field is Never Say Never. For Michael Looker, this filly is coming off a victory in the Midsummer Oaks, but she has not run since week 12 of this year. She did have a workout last week going half a mile. I love it when trainers are smart. Good job, Michael Looker. I don't know why I'm singing that, but I just am. 4 for 6 lifetime. And that's your field. And it's post time, but I need to catch my breath. It's post time for the Distaff, third to last race of the day. Betting pool closes at $47,500. That's better, but I still expect better for the next 2 races. Hold on, I just got a funny text. Okay, I'm good. They're in the gate. And they are off. A perfect break for all 9 runners. Enough, and as long as I live, those 2 both show speed and they go out to lead them, then the rest tuck in behind. It is Never Say Never in a good spot and Puffin, Hidden Oasis, and Thunder Hype. Then comes All Good and Hiding My Heart. Act of Courage is going to be the early trailer. So they have 1 mile left to go in the Distaff, and it is enough. Dueling with As Long As I Live, and the pace is sharp. Never Say Never, 2 lengths behind third. Then comes Puffin, Hidden Oasis, and Thunder Hype. Then All Good, Hiding My Heart, and Act of Courage is the trailer. It is enough. She leads by a neck over As Long As I Live, and those 2 are 5 lengths clear of the rest of them. Puffin is third. Never Say Never loses a spot to be fourth. Then comes Hidden Oasis. Thunder Hype and All Good sits seventh. Hiding My Heart is eighth. And Act of Courage still biding her time. She would have 10 lengths to make up. It is enough who has led them the whole way, and she is now a good half length in front of As Long As I Live as they approach the half-mile pole. Enough, then As Long As I Live, 2 lengths back to Puffin in third, another 2 to Hidden Oasis. All Good making a move, Hiding My Heart is closing as well, then Never Say Never, and Act of Courage. Thunder Hype has dropped back last. They're coming to the top of the stretch, and Enough has led every step of the way. As Long As I Live is trying to go past her, Puffin, and here comes All Good with a big move between horses, now going wide. All Good, Enough, and As Long As I Live, then Puffin and Hiding My Heart, Hidden Oasis, and Act of Courage. It is still Enough, As Long As I Live, and Puffin. All Good on the outside, 4 across the track, then Hiding My Heart. It is Enough, As Long As I Live, All Good, and she gets her nose down. All Good, and a blanket finish in the Distaff. She wins by a nose. Enough was second, As Long As I Live third, then Puffin and Hiding My Heart. The official winner is All Good. This is a 3-year-old roan filly by Alon C. out of Goodwill by Just Victory. 2 wins on the night for the broodmare Goodwill. This is a homebred for Chris Bobby, and she has now won 8 of 10 starts. I knew this horse existed, but until I saw this result, didn't know this horse existed. Okay, next up, we have the turf. And before that, I'm actually going to put my dog away so that he does not kill anyone in a minute. Hold on. Why is my bank open? I came back to my computer and my bank was open. I don't get it. Okay, turf. We're at the turf, 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 turf. Oh my gosh, it's a field of 12. You guys are killing me. Okay, you guys have to stop sending me funny things. Because I'm trying to like do professionalism at the moment. On the rail, we have number 1, Big Hello for Michelle Calderoni. This guy's coming off of a victory in the Ireland's Champion Stakes, and that was by a nose. He won the Desert Turf Classic earlier this year. He is a lifetime good one, 11 for 18. Number 2 is No One Is Safe for Tim Matthews. This is a very well-bred son of Reddington. He's coming off of a third-place effort in the Arc de Triomphe. Before that, he won the Grade 1 Worldwide Stakes, and he, I suspect, is going to run next year, and I think he's cool. He's earned $2.3 million. Number 3 is the defending champion, and that is Sunday Heartbreak for Bernard Kwok. This guy's earned $4.1 million. He has not won yet this year. That's a lie. He won week 4 in the Hong Kong Silver Cup, but he hasn't won any of the major races. 4th in Dubai, 4th in the Pellegrini, 3rd in the Chicago Million, and 9th, which he's better than that, in the Arc. Number 4 is Antares for Brian Levitt. This is a homebred 3-year-old colt. Coming in off of 3 straight victories, he has not won a Grade 1 race yet this year, or ever, but he did finish 2nd in the Stewards Cup Bunbury last year, 8-5 for 8 lifetime. Number 5 is Sydney's Ghost for Tamara Estes. This is a 7-year-old Entire. He's earned like $3 under $800,000. Did not win this year. He actually hasn't won in the last 2 years, but he's always right there. 3rd, 2nd, 5th, 2nd, 2nd, 3rd. So he's a top class horse. He's just obnoxious. Number 6 is Heartbroken for Stormy Peak. This is a 6-year-old. How is this animal 6? Why are we old? 12 for 28 lifetime. He's earned $1 million. He won a Grade 1, the Grumpy Old Men Stakes, last out by a neck. Earlier than that, 2 starts ago, he won a Grade 1 in New York by a neck over another horse that's in this race, and Goodnight, who I think won somewhere else today, or will, or something. Anyway, Heartbroken. He's a good one. Number 7 is Through the Night. Hey, I was just talking about that horse. Through the Night did win the Grade 1 Indian Classic last out. Before that, he was 2nd in the Sim Horse Racing route. 12 for 15 lifetime. This is a son of Move On, who I think has been very well placed. He did win the Japan Trophy last year. I don't know. Lee just does a really good job of placing his horses, and he also has that cool, leasing thing he does every year. Cool horse. In with a shot today. Number 8 is Thunder Bay. If this horse does not win today, Laura Ferguson might geld him in a rage. This guy has always been just a cut under the amazing that he's supposed to be, which is saying something considering he's won $4.3 million, but he's earned back $4.9. This year, he managed to lose the Arc, the Chicago Million. He won the Pellegrini. Good job. He lost in Dubai. Last year, he was 2nd in the Stewards Cup Turf, beating a neck. He lost the Arc. He's basically been generally obnoxious for the most part, but at least he won the Pellegrini this year, 10 for 21 lifetime. Number 9 is Gray for John Exet. I wrote a funny piece about this horse in The Edge where I had John being John. I don't know if he read it, but I thought I was clever. 7 for 12 lifetime. This guy has earned $1.7 million. Last year, he won the Grade 1 Secretariat Derby, but he was 9th in the Stewards Cup. This year, he has actually won 4 in a row, and then he was 2nd last out to Deputy Governor in the Arc de Triomphe. Deputy Governor not here today. He did win earlier today in Europe. He won like the German championship, something race. And I texted owner Izzy Rafferty and said, hey, I didn't know you were running that horse this week. Except for I didn't say horse. I said I didn't know you were running this week. And she was confused for hours because she was like, I'm certainly not running at all. What are you talking about? Whoops, my bad. Number 10 is the filly Lilibet that I was telling you about earlier. Carol Hansen was debating filly and mare turf. And she asked me, what would you do if you were in my position, which I don't love emails like that because I can't tell you what I would do. But I said, would you be madder if you ran 7th in the filly and mare turf or if you ran 7th against the boys? Because both races are stacked. She has to run the race of her life to win either. So pick which one you would be less mad about losing. But that's not saying she's going to lose. This filly's won 2 Grade 1s in a row. Earlier this year, she won the Louisville Bun Barrette. Last year, she missed the Stewards Cup by a nose. She's been a good horse her whole life, and she's going to make lots of money. Number 11 is Like Diamonds for Glenn Larson. He is finally out of the shadow of Deputy Governor. He is, I believe, the only horse to ever beat Deputy Governor. That was by a nose in the Bunbury earlier this year. 6 for 10 lifetime. I love this horse so much because he shines bright like a diamond. I kind of thought that Shine Bright, who I also bred while listening to the same Rihanna song, was in this race, but he's not. And that is sad because I cannot sing the song again. Rounding out the field, number 12 is Phenomenal One for Ryan Whitehead. He has won 2 in a row. Both of those are Grade 1 races, one of them against older horses, but he is a 3-year-old. 6 for 10 lifetime, he's made $1 million, and last year he won the big prestigious Magellan Stakes, so he's always been a good one. We are past post time, so I'm going to breathe, and then I'm going to call it. They're off in the Stewards Cup turf, and it was a good break for all but Thunder Bay, who took up after the start. Gray goes out to lead them early, and Gray wants that lead. The filly Lilibet, and then comes Antares, Sydney's Ghost, and Heartbroken, then Thunder Bay. Sunday Heartbreak and Big Hello, Phenomenal One, and Like Diamonds, then No One Is Safe, and Through the Night. It is Gray leading them down past the stretch the first time. He's leading by a length over Lilibet, Antares on the outside. Then comes Sydney Ghost a length back fourth. Heartbroken and Thunder Bay, Sunday Heartbreak and Big Hello, then Phenomenal One, Like Diamonds, No One Is Safe, and Through the Night is the trailer. So it is Gray with less than a mile left to go. He leads by a length and some. Lilibet sits second with Antares on her outside, dogging her. Then comes Sydney's Ghost 2 lengths back. Another 3 to Heartbroken, and Thunder Bay is 6th. Then Sunday Heartbreak, the defending champion. Phenomenal One is 8th. Big Hello loses a spot. Like Diamonds is 10th. 5 lengths back to No One Is Safe, and then comes Through the Night. No change in order yet. They are Gray, Lilibet, Antares, then Sydney's Ghost, Heartbroken and Thunder Bay, Sunday Heartbreak and Phenomenal One, Big Hello, Like Diamonds, No One Is Safe, and Through the Night. Gray, he still leads them with only 3 furlongs left to run. He's 2 lengths in front of Antares. Lilibet has dropped back a spot, 2 lengths to Sydney's Ghost. Here comes Thunder Bay picking up another spot. Sunday Heartbreak and Like Diamonds, Heartbroken coming on from the back of the pack. Big Hello is not doing enough. Then here comes Phenomenal One. They're at the top of the stretch, coming to the wire. It is Gray. He's 2 lengths clear. Like Diamonds is getting involved. Antares is fighting hard. Thunder Bay and Lilibet, the filly, Sunday Heartbreak and Sydney's Ghost. It is still Gray and Antares. Like Diamonds on the outside trying to get him. Thunder Bay and Lilibet, Sunday Heartbreak. Like Diamonds is the danger, but Gray is going to fend him off, and Gray will win the Stewards Cup turf by a neck. Like Diamonds is second, Antares was third, Thunder Bay, Lilibet, and Sunday Heartbreak. The official winner was Gray. He's a 4-year-old Gray colt by Suzuka Silence out of Typical Situation by Derby Charm. He's a homebred for John Exet, and this is his 8th win in 13 starts. And since we're running out of time, I'm going to jump right into the classic, a field of 10 for the best race of the year. Number 1, he drew the rail, is the People's Horse. 13 for 16 lifetime with 3 second-place efforts. This is a Chris Bobby runner. He is by Happy This Way out of Bare Necessities. This guy is coming off of that epic victory in the Long Island Gold Cup, which he won with a 100 speed figure. He has lost this year. He actually lost to Follow Your Fate, but other than that, he doesn't really lose. He hadn't won since, he hadn't lost in, 12 starts or something ridiculous like that. He's earned $8 million. He's probably your favorite today. He's a special guy. And knowing Chris Bobby, he's going to run next year and torture us all. Number 2 is Castles Crumble. This is a homebred for Aaron Sanderson, a son of Through the Ghost, out of a Man of Mystery mare. 9 for 15 lifetime. This guy's actually put together an amazing year. He's probably one of the best horses you don't know. He won a grade 3 to start out the year, then a grade 2. He won the grade 1 American Maturity at 1.25 miles, and then he won the grade 2 Summer Bird at 1.25 miles over Farseer. He's beaten Mr. White Sox. He's beaten somebody else, so he's having a good year. Number 3 is Phoenix Argyle, and this is your Midsummer Classic winner this year. He did end up going 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16 this year, so he has had a tough year. 5 for 10 lifetime, only been off the board once. He's earned $1.3 million. This is a Son of Super out of the broodmare Free of Drama, and he runs well at 1.25 miles. He's well spotted here today. Number 4 is Indiana Jones. Laura Ferguson is going to be retiring him after this race. She didn't know whether to run here or in Japan. She thought she would let him tell her after the Long Island Gold Cup. He did finish 4th, but everyone knows that the People's Horse and I'll Let You Know ran their eyes out. Well, that didn't really bother I'll Let You Know in the last race. She ended up winning earlier today. So 10 for 20 lifetime. This guy has earned $6 million. Earlier this year, he won the Desert World Cup. Number 5 is Gladiator for Chris Bobby. This is a homebred. He's a 6-year-old, and he is finally retiring after tonight. I think I have like 6 mares booked to him. He's earned $12.8 million, 18 for 27 lifetime. He has only been off the board never. My bad, never. Coming off of a victory in a 2-mile race, which I think is kind of a weird prep. He did lose to Indiana Jones 2 starts ago. He won. He's been just kind of running longer this year. He won at 1.5 miles, 1 mile 3/8, and 2 miles, and he has lost his 2 starts at 1.25 miles. This guy has been second in the Stewards Cup 3 times. That's annoying. Number 6 is your Long Island Classic winner this year, and that is Avada Kedavra. Since then, this guy has been 4th in the Midsummer Classic and 2nd in the Tremendous Stakes over 1.5 miles. I kind of thought that he would run in the, what's the other one? You know, the one that we just had, the marathon. But he didn't. He's here in the Classic, which is probably a better spot for him. 6 for 10 lifetime, only been off the board once. He's earned $1.6 million for the Son of Hold Above. Number 7 is your Derby winner, and that is Fancy Shoes for Keith Maidlow. Son of Happy This Way, he cost $4.2 million. He's earned 1.9. Keith Maidlow having a fantastic year. This guy is coming off of a victory in the Awesome Derby over Phoenix Argyle. Loves 1.25 miles. He's probably looking forward to the Pegasus and the Desert World Cup and all that stuff next year, too. Number 8, Mr. White Sox. This is Skyfall's son by After the Disco. Jack Meyer owns him. He's earned $2.9 million. He started out this year by defeating I'll Let You Know in the Arcadia Million, and everyone went, and then he kind of got weird, and he ran 4th and 2nd in his next 2 starts, but he did win the Grade 1 Long Island Handicap last out. Loves 1.25 miles, definitely in with a shot today. Number 9 is This Is Me. This is a son of he's owned by Lino Duran, who's leasing him from Elise Peverell. This is a son of Be Prepared, out of Dreaming as always. He's earned over $1 million, 5 for 10 lifetime. He's been obnoxious this year. 4th in the Derby, 3rd in the Crown, 3rd in the Classic, 3rd in the Midsummer Classic, 3rd in the Awesome Derby. Can he jump up and get it done today? Rounding out the field is probably the best horse that you're finally starting to consider, and that is Follow Your Fate. Follow Your Fate is unbeaten this year. He has won 5 in a row. He's won at 1 mile 3/8. He's won at 2 miles. He has won at 1.25 miles, and he won at 1.5 miles. He can do anything. Mike Bryant really, really wants to get this race with this guy today. He's earned $2.9 million. I'm not sure if he's retiring or not. Last year, he was 6th in this race, and yeah, he's a 4-time Grade 1 winner this year. That's your field. I'm going to jump right in and call it, because I got stuff going on. Betting pool closes at $138,000. They're off in the Stewards Cup Classic, and it was a perfect break. The People's Horse shuffled back after the start. Avada Kedavra goes out to lead. Then comes Castles Crumble, Follow Your Fate, and Fancy Shoes. Then Gladiator. Phoenix Argyle takes up a bit. This Is Me and Indiana Jones. Then the People's Horse and Mr. White Sox. So they come down past the wire the first time. It is Avada Kedavra. He leads by 2. Castles Crumble is 2nd. Then Follow Your Fate 3rd. Fancy Shoes and Gladiator. Phoenix Argyle and This Is Me. Then comes Indiana Jones, the People's Horse, and Mr. White Sox. Avada Kedavra, he takes them up the backstretch and he's 2.5 in front. Castles Crumble is the one sitting second with Follow Your Fate alongside third. 2 lengths back is the Derby winner. That's Fancy Shoes with Gladiator a neck behind that one. Phoenix Argyle is 3 wide. Then This Is Me, Indiana Jones, The People's Horse, and Mr. White Sox. Avada Kedavra still leads them, but Castles Crumble is getting a little bit closer. Follow Your Fate there too. Those two were glued together, and then comes Fancy Shoes. Gladiator's going to make the first move. Gladiator's starting to come on, and here's the People's Horse from the back of the pack. Phoenix Argyle not doing well. Fancy Shoes needs to do better, and then comes Mr. White Sox. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Castles Crumble is your leader. Follow Your Fate right there with him. Avada Kedavra is done. Gladiator, and here's the People's Horse moving past horses. Then comes Mr. White Sox and Fancy Shoes. It is Castles Crumble who's leading. Follow Your Fate trying to get past that one. Here's the People's Horse rolling down the center of the track trying to make it a big one. Mr. White Sox and Gladiator, but it's still Castles Crumble, and he's running the race of his life. Castles Crumble and Follow Your Fate, the People's Horse and Mr. White Sox, and Castles Crumble is going to bomb the Stewards Cup Classic in year 51. Castles Crumble wins over Follow Your Fate. The People's Horse could do no better than third, than Mr. White Sox and Gladiator. The official and very upset winner is Castles Crumble. He's a 4-year-old bay colt by Through the Ghost out of Sassenach by Man of Mystery. He's a homebred for Aaron Sanderson. He is 10 for 16 lifetime. This is Aaron's first Steward Cup win since Marrakesh in year 45. I remember thinking when she bred this horse that this was the oh gosh, now I'm fired. This is the best horse that she's ever bred. And I know she was mad at him because he didn't win the Derby. He didn't win the Queen's Derby. He couldn't even win the Los Campeones last year. He just wanted to be 4. He's had an awesome year. Pretty bummed out for Follow Your Fate. Kind of mad at the People's Horse for not making it 2 in a row. And poor Gladiator. He's had such a good career. That's it. That's year 51. We're done with it. Glory, glory, hallelujah. I'm looking forward to next year with Fancy Shoes and Avada Kedavra and Phoenix Argyle. They're such nice horses that want to be older horses. They're going to all have big years, I think. All right, that's it. Enjoy retiring and breeding mares and all the things that you do. I will be in the chat room for the next few hours because I got no children. They're at a daycare. Night care? Whatever. Happy racing, everybody. See you next year.